Here we go. How things could be this way. I guess we'd better tell them. This is a brand new day. Don't leave it up to the other man or to another day. Take your life into your hands. Make it work out your way. Not the number of times you stumble down and fall upon the ground. It's the number of times you pick yourself up, keep on moving on to meet your goals. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Fantastic Friday. Hey, Quentin. What's going on, my friend? Sade, welcome, welcome, welcome. Folks, it's Fantastic Friday. We're near the holidays, and we're going to cover a topic from our book, The 12 Universal Laws of Success. And our topic for today is, we call it the truth about success. Okay. And you know what? The truth about success is really change. And the reason I'm doing this topic today is, I guess, for a number of reasons. One, because we're going to be talking about it tomorrow morning. We're really going to take a deep dive in making life changes, the things you need to do right now to transform your life so that you can be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have whatever you want to have. Because it's the only time you can act is right now. And also, just out of a little sense of, you know, on the success journey, it's always about learning. It's always about changing. It's always about growing. Third key is that I want to make sure that you check out our podcasts and some of the stuff that we have on our website, herbertharris.info, www.herbertharris.info, because on there we have some heavy duty stuff to help you close out this year strong. Hey, Marshall, welcome. Wanjali, thank you for joining us. And I want you all to pay attention because we're going to have a Black Friday special that's going to blow your socks off. So, number one, be sure to go to our website, herbertharris.info. And number two, let's get into the truth about success. I picked this topic today because, you know, as we move on our success journey, no matter where you are, I mean, you can be just starting out, you can be really, really well on your way. There often comes a time in which you'll have one of those kind of days that just sort of slipped away from you. When you look around, you know, I find it very helpful to, at the end of each day, to make a list of my accomplishments for that day. And if you're working from a list, it's very easy to do that. And so in order to really transform your life, to change the outcomes that you're getting, a critical exercise would be to make your list of the things you want to do the day before, schedule when those things must be done, allow enough time to do them, and then do them. Okay. See, procrastination is that thief of dreams, that if you do all the other things first, but you don't take action, then it doesn't happen. So those of you listening today and those who will be listening, action is the key. And action is the seed for change. Okay. So whatever you do, whatever's going on in your life right now, if you want to change it, you have got to take action. You got to make those changes that are necessary to take you from where you are to where you want to be. That's one of the reasons we have the home study course, the New You for the New Year home study course, to help you go from where you are to where you want to be. So what's the process? Well, number one, constantly, you can't get self-satisfied. You just can't be so happy with your results that you don't feel that need to do more. You don't feel that need to do better. There's always got to be a sort of a discontent inside, that there's that question is, there's got to be something more. There's got to be something else. There's got to be something better. there's got to be something that can make me happier. And that thing that keeps you moving is that inside drive for change, that hunger to be better, to do better, even to have more. You know, sometimes we in this metaphysical spiritual realm, you know, sometimes look down on having stuff. Having stuff is okay. Let me tell you, more people suffer from being broke than being rich. Okay. One of my good friends is he said, he said the only difference between being broke and being rich is options. He said when you're broke, your options are limited. You can't travel, you can't do certain things. He said, but when you're rich, you just have more options. So how do you make the changes in your life to give yourself more options? Isn't that what we want? If you want more options in your life, if you want more possibilities for greatness, for success, for achievement, then write in the chat, more options. Write in your mind, more options. What do I have to do to have more options in my life so that I can become the person I want to be? There's a nice little section in the introduction. The 12 Universal Laws of Success was written in stages, and the introduction was written last. I tell you that. Okay. And the reason the introduction was written last is because I wanted to get an understanding of what the book was about before introducing it. It's hard to introduce something that you haven't written yet. And so one of the key points in the book is right at the beginning, and it's called The Truth About Success. And the truth about success is that it's always about change. That whatever you want to do in life, whatever you want to be in life, whatever you want to have in life is a result of change. Of changing your thinking, changing your emotions, your feelings, changing your habits, and changing your relationships. So if everything is about change, then what is success? And I'll read from page 14. Success is the continuous realizations of the outcomes or results you desire. So the point is, you always get results. If you don't pay your light bill, you'll get results. Sooner or later, they're going to turn your lights off. If you don't take care of your financial obligations, sooner or later, you're going to have some serious challenges. If you don't take care of your relationships, take people for granted. You keep taking people for granted, and one day, they won't be there. So this idea of a continuous realization of your desired outcomes means that you are always getting closer to that which you want, and to recognize that. And the way that you continue to get closer to it is to keep doing stuff. Keep working at it. So let's look at these principles. The first key, the truth about success, the foundation for change, is that success must be in your mind first. Success is about a mindset of the glass being half full, a mindset of being, doing, and having anything you desire, a mindset of living your dreams. In life, you have two choices. You can live your dreams or live your fears. So success is about living your dreams. Success must be in your mind first. The first law of success says, a mind, man, woman, a mind shall have whatever it thinks in its heart. So let's change your mindset. Start thinking possibility thoughts. Start thinking about the things you really want to do, want to be, want to have. Think of life as like this mountain that you're constantly climbing, and each time you have more success, a step up that mountain, you can see more. I went to the top of Pikes Peak in Colorado, and on a clear day, you can see like 100, 150 miles. That's amazing. But guess what? To get to the top of Pikes Peak, you got to work at it. Even if you have a little train that takes you up there, and it's almost like at least a 45-degree angle. But as you're going up, you can hear the engine straining to go up that hill. So what is it that keeps you going up the hill? It's that vision, that thought in your mind of that you want to be doing and have. So those of you who are listening today, focus on the thought of the life you want to have. Chapter 3, the law of vision, can help you create in your mind's eye, in your imagination, the life you want to live. Because whatever you create in your imagination, you experience in your life. Somebody said, well, Dr. Harrison, I don't create anything in my imagination. What happens? Well, you experience what life has for you. Your environmental situation will run you. See, you can either master your environment and make it work for you, or it will master you and have you working for it. So success must be in your mind first. Second key, be constant in your efforts. I know it happens to me, and I'm sure it happens to you. You start on your journey, you start pursuing a particular goal, and maybe along the way you have a little success. You know, it's like when you become an entrepreneur and you get your first big deal, some people would say, well, let me take the week off. Huh? Let me take a break. I made a deal, I got a check, let me take a vacation. See, when you have success, success is a harmonic experience. The more you get, the more you can get. The more you have, the more you can have. The more you can see in your imagination, the more you can be in your reality. So be constant in your efforts. Never take a break from your success journey. Now, I'm not talking working 24/7, but I'm saying the time you allot to pursue your dreams, make sure it's sufficient. Make sure you keep your schedule. Don't stop for rest and reward too soon. The moment you stop for rest and reward, it seems like you get out of rhythm. You have to start back up. You know, it's almost like, you know, when you're in a race, if you run a marathon, the worst thing you can ever do is stop. You know, I remember being I've never run the big marathon, but I've done the 10K. And I remember about halfway through, I just felt like my legs would stop, and I stopped, and I wanted to catch my breath, and I drank some water, and as people are passing me by. It was funny. I started back up, but I never could get into the rhythm that I had when I was moving. And so when you're on your success journey, whatever you're doing day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, whatever you're doing, be constant in your efforts. Success and achievement come only through continuous work. As an entrepreneur, and many of you, I'm sure, that are on an entrepreneurial path where you can work your business full-time, you can work it part-time, but you can't work it sometime. I'll say that again. In your business, as an entrepreneur, you can work it full-time, you can work it part-time, but you can't work it sometime. And the reason is, if you're working it sometime, chances are nothing's going to get done. You look around and go like, wow, forgot all about that. So be constant in your efforts. Third key. This is the biggie. Get away from the crowd at the bottom. Yeah. One of the most difficult steps you'll face on your journey is to get away from people who've been there from the beginning. Now, they're good people. Sometimes they may be family. They may be spouse. They may be somebody you love deeply. But if they can't make the trip, you gotta leave them. Now, I mean, you don't move out on your spouse, you don't move out on your family. But what you have to do is manage the access. You see, birds of a feather flock together. Hey, sister girl, welcome. Connor West, thank you for joining us. Essence of Faith, thank you for joining us. When you talk about getting away from the crowd at the bottom, it's like create new relationships. You see, relationships are often based on where you are at a particular point in time. But since the key to success is constant change, as you change, the people that you may have a relationship with probably will not change at the rate that you change. And as a result, they can become a drag on your progress. The military thought says, listen, it's a lot easier to lead 100 than to carry one. I'll say that again. It's a lot easier to lead 100 than to carry one. And so that getting away from the crowd at the bottom just means change your relationships to people who cannot make the journey with you. Love them, but leave them. If you can't leave them, love them, but limit their access to you. Sometimes people are like, almost like water. They'll stick to you, they're like glue. And as long as they'll stick to you, it can slow you down. Some people are like an anchor. You know, people who try to make you feel guilty. I don't know if you have any friends in your life like that, but I've had some friends who want to make you feel guilty. Oh, Doc, you don't have time for me anymore. You don't have time for your friends. You don't have time. We used to see you now. Only time we see you is on the internet. You don't stop by and hang with the boys. You don't stop by and hang with the girls. Those people who try to give you a guilt trip, that's a good sign. Those are some of the ones you need to leave behind. You can love them, but you got to leave them. The problem is if you let the wrong people come into your life and stay there, they undermine your vibration. See, the mastermind principle says, when two or more gathered on one accord, I am among them. But if the two or more who are gathered are not on one accord, I am is the I am of chaos. It's an I am of disappointment. So be willing to make some new friends. A lot of times you just have to let people know that you're on a journey. You know, many relationships have challenges because people are not clear on what your intentions are. So if you're really on your heavy duty path, the people around you, maybe especially your family, a good idea to explain, say, hey, listen, between now and the end of this year, I'm in my 2-minute drill. I'm operating flat out. So between now and the end of this year, I have to spend X amount of time focusing on my goals. When you're clear about where you're going, people often respect it. You say, I got to do this. I'm writing a book. One of the things about writing a book is if you don't press down, the closer you get to the end, the more difficult it is to finish. And so when you're getting closer to the end, that's when all the obstacles appear. And so let the people around you know, hey, listen, right now, can't spend time on the porch. Can't go shopping. You handle that. I trust you. I love you. Take care of that. Let me just be focused on what I have to do. When you look at many of the great ones, you'll find that many of them had somebody in their lives who believed in them and who even were willing to make a sacrifice. Said, listen, many a doctor right now, you know, medical schools, by the time you go through 10 or 12 years, many doctors who got married young, one of the reasons they were able to continue and pursue that profession was they had a spouse, they had a significant other who believed in them and who supported them. So be careful who you permit to come around you. And finally, the fourth key is you really have to be willing to change your life completely. We started off with saying change is the key to success. Change is the foundation to success. And so in order for you to have that you're seeking, you must be willing to change your life completely. You must be willing to make your life consistent with and congruent with your goals. Just on a simplistic level, if your goal is to save $400 a month, then everything you do must be focused on achieving that. When you break it down into your weekly goals, So whatever you have to do to save that $100 a week so that you can achieve your monthly goals, you have to be willing to change and do it. So don't go eating out. Maybe you're spending $25 a week or $50 a week eating out once a week. Well, for this month, cut it out. That'll save you $25 a week. Maybe there's something else you need to do. Maybe you have to take a part-time job. Maybe you have to up your game, especially as an entrepreneur. Maybe you need to call more people. But whatever it is, be willing to change your life completely. If there's anything about the way you think or feel about yourself that will frustrate your success efforts, change it. If you're prone to negative thinking, stop it. Focus on the positive. If you're prone to insecurity and distrust, stop it. Believe in yourself. Trust in your purpose. If you're prone to bad habits, tardiness, disorganization, poor time management, stop it. Manage your time. Time is your gift from God. What you do with it is your gift to God. And find those relationships. Be willing to change your relationships completely. Anyone who cannot make the trip with you, change it. Limit their access. Finally, be committed to this affirmation every day in every way. I'm getting better and better. Let me say that. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. So folks, this Fantastic Friday is about you making the necessary changes in your life to create the environment for success. About you thinking success begins in your mind first. About you being constant in your efforts. Hang to the grind, keep rolling. About you changing your relationships, getting away from the crowd at the bottom. About you being willing to change your life completely, being willing to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes until you get there, until you achieve it. Okay, Paul, thank you for joining us. Essence of Faith, thank you, all of you so much for being with us today. So let me wrap up. Today, you have the marching orders to make the necessary changes in your life so that you can be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have whatever you want to have. Be sure to join us tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook. Be sure to join us at 8 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday morning, Eastern. Every Saturday morning, be sure to join us because we're going to be deep diving into what you have to do to change your life so that you can end this year strong. Be sure to visit our website, www.herbertharris.info, and there's some free goodies there, the wealth building audio, the goal setting booklet, but also there's information about booking a call. I've been doing a series of success talks and love to interview you because you may have something powerful to say to the world. And then finally, look at that home study course. That's your course to help you work at your own pace to create the life of your dreams. So go to our website, www.herbertharris.info, so that you can be what you want to be. You can do what you want to do. You can have whatever you want, you desire, always knowing that the best is yet to come. Let's sing it on out. Here we go. How things could be this way, I guess we'd better tell them. This is a brand new day. Don't leave it up to the other man or to another day. Take your life into your hands. Make it work out your way. It's not the number of times you stumble down and fall upon the ground. It's the number of times you pick yourself up, keep on moving on to meet your goals. All right, folks. See you on Saturday morning, same time, same station, 8 a.m. for your success mentorship class.